We farm 7,500 acres, sugar beets, corn, dry beans, and wheat.
We're very optimistic about agriculture here in Michigan, especially where we're at. We're very diversified here, so that gives us a little bit of a competitive edge.
So I've been working with Zwerk Farms now for 4 years. In my area, BASF is an extremely smart choice when it comes to each operation. In the Thumb Valley of Michigan, we have a lot of dry beans, a lot of sugar beets, a lot of specialty crops. Rotation restrictions are increasingly important as we continue to go through the growing season, making sure that we use the right product so that the next season and the season after, we continue to grow a good crop that has good quality and good yield.
And we use a lot of their fungicide products, plant health products. But John has always been a guy that I'll call for advice, whether it be a mixing concern, like a weather concern. The weather that we have seems to pose the most challenge when it comes time to apply a certain herbicide or a certain chemistry. We grow about 2,000 acres of dry beans any given year, 3 different classes, small reds, white beans, and black beans. And you can have the most adverse conditions when it comes to posting dry beans. Heat and humidity are a big thing.
Grow Smart for myself and Zwerks is how we focus on each acre and plan for each acre, whether it's their dry beans, their sugar beets, or their corn. It's the products that we've been using for the last 4 years from beginning to end. And it's what makes their operation successful, but also have really good quality crops as we move forward each year.
Sugar beets are the main management issue that we have this time of year is Cercospora leaf spot. We spray BASF Preaxor, that's part of our management package for leaf spot. Dry beans, though, is the number one. We use the most BASF products right from the start. Prowl H2O is our pre-emerge herbicide, to Raptor, Basagran, to insecticide, Fast Tac. Then we use Endura for white mold control. We don't mind spraying for white mold. That means we have very nice dry beans, when you have a little bit of white mold. And then right to the end, sharpen. We use that to desiccate our dry beans as a harvest aid.
Well, challenges we've faced this year have been a little bit of everything across the board. We started out with some cool, wet conditions of spring, which always presents challenges with seedling disease. And on through summer, we had a dry, hot summer, which again provides a few more challenges during pollination for corn and for dry beans as well.
I think every given year, we have to be flexible in our approach so that we can overcome those challenges. A year like this year, we had really cool wet conditions early and then a drought late. We were able to overcome some of those obstacles with products like Xanthium that we used early on in the season at planting, and then coming back and making sure that we used fungicides at the right time when we needed it. So year in and year out, our biggest concern is fungal diseases, specifically white mold in their dry edible beans. It's something that we focus on every year when we plan. We always talk about Endura, its specific timing of application, and at what rates to use it at. Besides that, they do a very good job of controlling their weeds using a lot of our herbicides already, but we continue to tweak those to make sure that they do not have any weed resistance issues moving forward.
Rotation plays a big key as to how we control weeds, and plant stand. The thicker we can get our sugar beets in the springtime, the better weed control we're going to have.
To me, success at the grower level is making sure that they have really good yield and quality every year, but also making sure that their family is successful, making sure that the future generations that come onto the farm are equally as successful as they move forward.
The future in agriculture, I think, has a lot to do with companies like BASF. The low use rate when it comes to how their products are being used has a lot to do with how we take care of the earth and how we take care of the ground that we're going to continue to farm, and our kids and their kids are going to continue to farm